Final race, Weatherbys Champion Bumper, the one we all love. Yeah, Dawn, go on, start us off. I know you were at that preview the other day, and the news sort of half broke that Maureen wasn't going to run. It wasn't official then, and it sort of has been since made official that she's not going to take a chance.
No.
But it's a bit of a shame because she looked superb. But yeah, there's other horses in this race, and I know there's a few you like.
Yeah, and the word went out, but I'm not one to gossip, as they say. But as the great Dot out of EastEnders used to say, but once the word went out that Maureen was gone, and Maureen is gone for the season now, so hopefully we see her next season back bigger and better than ever, because she blew my socks off. Julian Duderry's here off Gordon's Gigginstown. He's supposed to have done a really decent piece of work. He was 7s when this went out on that preview. He's now into 5s. He cost 420,000, but when Harold Kirk and Willie bought him, he only cost 75,000. So they sold him on then to Gigginstown. When he won at Fairyhouse, Gordon always said he was a champion bumper horse. Then he won at Christmas again. I was really, really taken by him. I know people will say you're mad, you're crazy to oppose Willies in the Bumper, so I'll just nicely slide into You Oughta Know. And You Oughta Know, that first debut at Kilbeggan, you Croke Park behind him, he bet Croke Park 11 lengths. And then there was the Minear horse that was 3rd, who's Balco de Flo's half brother. I think he's Jasmine de Flo. He has been winning over your side of the pond. He improves and he improves. We hadn't seen him since Galway. Then he turned up and he was second to that Jeroboam machine that everybody was so disappointed is now not going to go for the rest of the season. But next season, again, we wait patiently. He's 15-2 here. I think Patrick will take the ride on You Oughta Know. Aubrey McMahon found him. The Aubrey McMahon who, the purple and yellow famous colours. So I really like You Oughta Know. I'm going to stand by a horse of 5 to follow. I will say Jasmine DeVoe, he's double green. He bet largely Poet. He was with Stuart Crawford, then went to Willie's. He's decent each way. Play. Tishan, I know you will probably touch on him. And the grindy Argento boy here, he's in the Turley colours of Galopin des Champs. It's by Jukebox Story. He's Briar Hill's half brother. He's value at 12-1. But I'm going to stick with You Oughta Know. Should it not be You Oughta Know, I think Julian Duderry's comes close to him.
Okay. All right, Danny?
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to have a little play on You Oughta Know, just because obviously that performance last time, I was a big fan of the winner that day. So that form is probably up there with the best from my point of view. Tishan, wouldn't say impressive, but did it in a canter, an absolute canter. And from what a lot of people have said, probably one of the better horses that a certain jockey has sat on. So yeah, I'd be keen to keep Tishan on side. It was heavy ground that day, so again, if it does come up heavy, it shouldn't be an issue at all. Probably didn't beat much, but muttered under the same breath as Joyo Allen from the yard, who found a certain horse in here, Bill Joyce, too good the last day. Bill Joyce dispatched of Joyo Allen quite comfortably. That was impressive. Bill Joyce is in here. What sort of price? I think around 33. So that's quite a nice price if you're looking for one at a bigger price. And also 6 Mile Bridge, I do like for the Ben Paulin stable. Ben Paulin's had a good few bumper winners recently, and 6 Mile Bridge was one that was well supported at Sandown the last day. So yeah, I'd be keen to keep that horse on side as well at a nice price.
Nice
Have you been to 6 Mile Bridge, Dawn?
No.
No?
No, absolutely not.
About 15 minutes from Ennis. It's a lovely little spot.
Is it? Yeah?
Yeah. It's my local shop when I'm over there. It's about
nice.
20 minutes from where my grandma lives. Yeah.
Oh
Oh
well,
wow.
then you see, I will have to take a road trip then, George. When you come over for Dundalk, we'll do a little road trip down that direction. It'll be a long trip, but
Down to 6 Mile Bridge to the Centra for a chicken roll, is it?
oh, chicken fillet roll. Oh my God, I would kill for a chicken and a can of Coke.
Yeah, that's it.
Right, George, who do you like in here?
Chicken fillet roll.
Yeah. I like Jalon Dairies. I've got a little bit of a confession. I was there the day that he won at Fairinghouse, but I actually left before the last. But I took my missus with me, who's not the most, she's horsey, but she's not really into racing. And we were out very late in Dublin the night before, and it was about 0 degrees on course. And I could see I'd run out of goodwill with her. I was like, do you want to leave now? Said, yeah, I would actually. Yeah, I actually didn't get to see him run. I made sure I tried to get a peek at him in the pre-brave ring, and that was purely because he cost so much. But he won what looked to me to be a very decent bumper at Leopardstown on debut. The second redemption day, finished third in the Grade 1 bumper at the Dublin Racing Festival. The fact that he's had a run the point to point and 2 bumper runs, and the second of them was actually made into a race, could just mean he's a bit more street smart than some of these that have been winning by 15, 20 lengths. He looks like he'll be a chaser in time. Says that temptation to go, oh, well, he's next year's horse. But no risk at all produces very fast horses. You've got your Epatons, your Alahos, your Allegory de Vassis. Like, he won't be short on speed. And the other one I quite like was Quebecois, who is visually very impressive at Exeter. Like, the horse that beat him in his point-to-point, Queensbury Boy, was also very impressive. He managed to win a bumper under David Maxwell, would you believe it?
We love Maxie.
We love Max.
Oh, so do I. I've known David Maxwell since I was about 12, so I can say it. He's got horses in gallery as well. Look, Paul Nicholls saddled Captain Teague to be third in this race last year at a huge price. So I'd say he's probably 16 to 1 purely for the fact that he's not the first string. Like, he was very, very good the last day. So I'd take a crack at him at 16 to 1.
Okay, nice one. I've had a little look at this. I don't know why I've looked at this race more than any other. Maybe just for the future. But Mr. Megget ran on Sunday and won on the bridle. And I was actually quite impressed with his first run. And because he was visually impressive that day back in November, yeah. And the third and the fourth from that race have won a bumper since as well. So the form doesn't look terrible from that. Obviously, you can never really tell with bumper races that you don't know what's in behind a lot of the time. But goodness me, he was good. I don't know if he actually goes to the race because he's run obviously 2 days ago, so it's quite a quick turnaround. But if he does run, I'll definitely be having a little each way play on him. Just giving the English, like the British runners, a little bit of a shout out because obviously it's going to be probably dominated by Ireland. But sorry, what's that?
But he's a 6-year-old as well, so he's got a year on most of these. Like Dawn's selection, you all know, is big. I don't think 6-year-olds should be allowed to run this, but an extra year, that year from 5 to 6 is massive.
There you go. Yeah.
We're lucky a dream to share isn't deciding to turn up. I'm glad he's not allowed. It's ridiculous now at this stage. Come on, man, grow up.
I know. Yeah. Poor horse can't pass his exams, can he? And he's just stuck back in.
He'll be 10 and he'll be still running in front.
It's like the lad that keeps hanging around at his old school, like the year after he gets back to that,
I knew a few rugby players when I was at Hartbury College that did that. They were playing in the first team, and you're like, they look about 30.
Yeah. When I went here, I was kind of a big deal.
Exactly. I
work in Tesco's now.
That's him.
He'd probably be hiding in the hedge like this in his green and yellow, looking. I could win that.
I could win this. Yeah. And the other one I'll give a quick shout out to is Kingston Pride, owned by Ollie Harris. You'll probably know him, George.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But he obviously likes the horse. The whole Kempton like gallop day for Henderson, obviously nobody looked at any other horse other than what Constitution Hill was doing, but he did actually work really well that day. No one really looked at. Sorry?
I think Ollie Harris put on his Twitter something along the lines of shall we roll the dice with him, shan't we? And said we're gonna run him, we're gonna do it.
He's quite bullish, but he's bullish on every horse that he owns.